So we're talking like this guy's like 20 something, like maybe like 20, 21, 22 maybe, something like that, 23 up there. We scan once outside. Once outside, we scan the horizon, trying to orient ourselves towards the volcano.
Excuse me.
Oh, here we go. Character last one? I think this is the last one, but at least we're getting somewhere. And this is where it gets a little bit awful. But this is Zach's chick right here. Actually, this is Zach's chick, because I have my chick, and Zach can have his, even though it's fine. I whirl around and come face to face with a woman wearing just enough fabric to cover her essentials and nothing more. Her long brown hair is tied up in a ponytail which falls down her neck and frames... Oh. I mean, I do like her hair. I will say that. Her hair is very nice. And frames her very... Yeah, how do I say this? Her very... They're very... appealing upper body. Anyway. Don't look at the boobs, the plot thickens. Who are you? The plot thickens, if you know what I mean. Don't look at her boobs, don't look at her boobs. Let's be polite. That before I have a chance to speak, Zach asks the question that's on everyone's mind.
Who are you?
Well done, Zach. Zach steps in front of Amelia, who frowns and steps away. I guess he's taking this bodyguarding business really seriously. Amelia holds herself stiffly, ready to move if necessary. Woman salutes.
Car Noir, treasure hunter extraordinaire.
That's not a salute. Are you... Zach narrows his eyes.
What do you want with us?
Well, I couldn't help but overhear that you're interested in the fire temple.
Bitch!
How did you hear us when we were inside?
She taps her nose knowingly, as if that's a sign of being able to do good things.
I have very sensitive
What?
hearing.
So you tapped your nose? Well, you are out of whack. I like her eyes as well. Although I like Leanna's blue ones. Blue's my favorite color, but I do like her green eyes. I'm not gonna lie.
I fail to understand how our interests are of relevance to you.
I was just getting to that. You see, I've come to offer an extension of friendship.
Okay. Both Leanna and Zach raise an eyebrow.
Or at least an extension of mutual benefit.
Okay.
It's true that the villagers maintain the fire temple, but from what I've discovered, they are unaware of the temple's secret passage.
Oh my, okay. Now the plot actually does thicken. I kind of want to say these,
the energy
like...
of the temple, I can guarantee that's where you'll find it.
I kind of, like, want to go through this game again and say all the awful things, like, the plot thickens. Or the dream becomes a wet dream. That's a good one. I like that one.
If the villagers don't know about the secret passage, how did you find it?
Very good question.
It's all a part of the treasure hunting gig. You have to be looking for it to find it.
Kara winks and gives us a thumbs up.
The best part is that I've already disarmed or made a note of most of the traps in there.
Wow, well done. Excuse me. There are traps in this temple?
The temples are a sanctuary for the elementals, but any place that is easily accessible is sure to attract all types. There are measures set in place to protect the spirit from those who wish to harm it.
Like I said, I've disarmed most of the traps, but not all. There is one magical barrier at the end of the tunnel which I've not yet been able to pass. I don't have magic, but you do.
Yeah, true.
If you can magic that barrier away, then that's at least one step closer to finding your energy.
That's a verb. Zach crosses his arms and glares at Kara.
How does that benefit you?
She grins.
All I'm interested in are the artifacts and relics. From the sounds of it, you guys are more interested in something else, hence mutually beneficial. So, what do you think?
I mean, she seems friendly enough. I mean, I guess she just wants money, and she's willing to work with us. Like the rest of my group, wordlessly we huddle closer together and whisper. Does it really matter? That's a question. Let's just say, I don't want to say, because I mean, let's not like take sides, but let's like, who cares if she joins or not? She's not interested in the elemental or the energy. If she doesn't go with us, she'll just go after what we've broken the barrier.
You do have a point.
I must concede that I am impressed by her resourcefulness. It is plainly evident that she is not a native to Ember Mist, which means she somehow discerned the location on her own.
That's not how you say discerned, but good try. That's a really good point. Leanna looks thoughtful.
As a treasure hunter, her tracking skills could come in handy in the future.
We all stare at Zach. He shrugs.
Do what you want.
That sounds like a yes to me. Zach doesn't respond. He just fixes his steely gaze on me.
So does this mean we're agreed to join up with Kara?
We all nod.
Fine.
The Pango sits in the middle of our circle and blinks happily. Where do you even go when you're in hiding?
Boing boing.
There. That's a place.
Let's go tell Kara.
I guess, like, I know they're not great with the voice acting thing, but, like, they should make sure next time, Pixelvate, if you're listening, you're not, but just in case you are, let the people know, Amanda, let her know, like, Kara, is it Kara or Kara? Because Kara, or whoever, I guess is Amber Lee, I guess, Connors, she said it was Kara, but then now Amanda is saying Kara, and it's not consistent. I'm just confused. Like, specify these pronunciations. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Whoa! Okay, that was something else. Whoa! I gotta admit, that's kind of cute. I will say that. We turn around and Kara stands right behind Leanna, her face only inches away. Leanna lets out a startled gasp. Jeez, what is she, some kind of ninja? Kara rubs her hands excitedly.
All right, this will be fun.
Wait, we didn't give you our answer yet.
Oh, sorry.
She steps back and gestures for Leanna to continue. Leanna speaks awkwardly. I guess she feels a little silly saying what Kara somehow already knows.
Well, we decided to take you up on your offer.
Kara nods.
Excellent. Since we're going to be working together, first things first. You all know my name, but I don't know yours.
I'm Leanna.
Mage Knight from the guild?
She nods. The Guild Master,
I am Amelia Estelle,
Wigglytuff.
caster from the Mage Academy.
The Guild Master, Wigglytuff. That's the guild. Same one. Kara blinks.
A student to become a mage caster? But you look just like a teenager.
Amelia cocks her head to the side.
It is natural that my physical appearance would represent my age.
She looks at Amelia with respect.
That is pretty impressive. Who's next?
She looks at Zach. This is your
Zach.
This is your chick, Zach. She chuckles.
Very clearly a mercenary.
And I'm Silver. Why am I here? Fantastic question. I don't know either. Her green eyes study me, and although she's very clearly examining me, I don't feel uncomfortable under her stare.
Now that that's out of the way,
Boing boing.
Kara steps back and views the pango by my feet.
you have a bongo!
Okay,
How
I guess it is a
cute.
pongo. I'm fucking. She reaches down and pats him on the head. He beams at her touch.
And what's your name?
Boing.
She glances at the rest of us, but none of us make a move to answer.
Oh, is he not a part of your group?
He is. Sort of.
And you haven't named him yet?
Leanna and I shuffle uncomfortably. Zach remains unchanged while Amelia frowns.
A pongo is a wild creature.
Kara straightens and pats Amelia on the head, much to her dismay.
If you say so. Okay, are we ready to get going?
We murmur our assent, and then Kara leads us out of the city. As we walk, another ominous rumble sends butterflies to my stomach. I can't shake off the feeling that we are literally walking into a fire. Yeah, we need that fire tunic, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir! I glanced at the others who seemed unfazed. I guess it's just me. Pushing my insecurities down, I silently follow the group towards the temple. Just as Elder Isom noted, the temple is a short walk out of the village on a well-worn dirt path. The road is mostly empty, with only 1 or 2 travelers coming back towards the village. The temple is an open structure with a roaring fire in the middle of a grand hall. Oh, that's badass. Although this actually kind of looks like the Hogwarts thing that I mentioned last time. This kind of looks like that a little bit. High columns with flames carved into them hold up the building. Adorning the stone walls are beautiful tiled mosaics. There's one wall with some strange symbols scratched on them. They're very faded and I have to squint to make it out. Even though I can't presumably read them. I'm still gonna, this is fine. From what I can make out, 4 symbols surround a darkness in a square, with a line of fire enclosing the perimeter, trapping the darkness in the center. Huh, I wonder what this is. Amelia glances over, then peers at the carving.
Those symbols represent each of the magical elements.
Fair enough. She points to each one.
There is fire, water, earth, and
I
wind.
guess the middle is the shadow magic, makes sense. Then she points to the center.
In that is shadow.
Bingo. I've never considered shadow an element before, because it wasn't one in The Last Airbender. I don't... Also, or Legend of Korra, also a thing. Not quite as good as the original, but I will say I did enjoy Legend of Korra, although, considering it ended with Korra turning into a lesbian, let's not talk about it.
It is one of the elemental magics.
Excellent observation. Thanks for that. Kara, Zach, and Leona have already moved on, so the rest of us hustle to catch up. The rest of us being Amelia and me. Okay. Besides us, the only other people in the temple are the monks who care for it. They're dressed in woven red robes in the same open and loose styles of the villagers from Ember Mist. Quietly, they shuffle back and forth, sweeping the floor or relighting any of the small fires which had burned low. This is such a sad life to live. They're just being a monk. They literally go around sweeping the place because people like to litter their Burger King all over the goddamn floor.
Hi.
Jesus Christ. The Peko looks around in wonder and reverence at the sight of the giant flame. He squeaks and hops up on me, claiming his spot on my shoulder. Kara bows briefly before the large flame, then leads us to the back of the chamber and stops in front of an empty wall.
We're here.
The wall. Fantastic. Well done. Zach sighs. Let's go with, she said that she knows what she's doing. Zach, let's question her. Kara might be a little out there, but I don't get the impression that she's stupid. There must be more to the wall. There must be more to this blank wall that first meets the eye. Is there a mechanism somewhere which triggers a doorway? Kara's eyes glitter.
Bingo.
Wow, I am good. Jesus, why does he keep freezing? With her gaze fixed on us, Kara pushes on a brick and a segment of the wall pushes in and swings open. So this is like hardcore, the room of... I forgot what... The room of... Whatever it is in Order of the Phoenix that I forgot about. I forgot what it's called. The room of something. I forget. It's like on the tip of my tongue, I can't remember it. She waves at the opening with a flourish.
Ta-da!
How did you know which brick to push in?
It usually depends, but in this case, there's one brick that sticks out slightly more than the others. If you aren't looking for it, you won't see it.
Fair enough. She heads through the opening and pushes the wall closed behind us. Oh, okay. Then she begins leading us down a winding stone stairway, which ends at the beginning of a narrow passage. We file in behind her as she carefully picks her way down the hall. Whoa. This is Hogwarts, hardcore. Jesus Christ. It's a very plain stone hallway with wall sconces lighting the way. What does that mean? Alexa, define sconces.
Sconces is related to scones. Sconce is usually defined as a shelter or screen providing protection from enemy fire or from weather.
There's very plain wall sconces lighting the way. These are like torches or something. I don't know. I thought Alexa would help me, but she didn't. I look down at my feet and notice a brick with an X marked on it. Avoid it. I have a feeling this X didn't make its way onto the stone by itself. I better not touch it. Gingerly, I step around the brick. A few feet away, I spot another X. Is anyone else seeing these random X's? Kara glances back.
I should hope so. I left those there so as not to set off the same traps again.
Makes sense. We resume walking. The deeper we travel, the more X's I notice. Wow, there are a lot of traps in here. Zach pushes in front of a corridor where the walls are covered in X's.
Why are there so many X's on this wall?
Kara looks down the same passageway.
Oh, it's a two-part trap.
She points to a stone on the ground with the same X marking.
Basically, if you step on the ground stone, it triggers thick bars to shoot out from all the X's in the wall and block the path.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Only if you know how to limbo. The bars have something keeping them hot and will burn you if you touch it.
Okay, that sounds worse.
And you were able to cross that?
Kara winks.
I am very limber.
Whoa! I expect Zach to brush off her comment like he brushes off every other girl, but he actually looks impressed. Amelia looks between Zach and Kara.
Based on the dilation of Zach's pupils, it appears that Kara's flexibility is attractive to him.
Zach is taken aback.
I was just thinking that it's a useful skill set to have.
Kara has a mischievous glint in her eyes.
Useful skill set to have. In what context?
Zach frowns.
For scouting and navigating, you've done a thorough job mapping this place out and marking the traps.
Leanna looks amused.
Zach, was that a compliment?
Oh, so she's completely ignored the sexual references and is now just like, Zach, you complimented someone. He glares at Leanna.
No, an observation.
Oof. Kara smiles playfully.
Then thank you for the observation.
Zach falls into silence before turning away. I think that's the most I've ever heard him talk in a 30-second span. We continue through the tunnels. Ooh, that was an exchange. Wow, okay. Eventually she stops in front of another well of fire in the middle of the hall.
The barrier's
She
here.
gestures at the swirling metallic wall behind the well. The way that it glitters as it wisps and curls almost like a fire. That didn't make any sense, but okay. We're going with it. Leanna and Amelia step closer and inch their hands in front of them before gingerly touching the barrier.
It's surprisingly solid for something that looks so gaseous. Maybe there's some wind magic interwoven with whatever other magic is here.
The Pongo hops forward with stars in his eyes. Apparently he's just gone from, normal world to now anime world, and he's observing, oh, there's stars in your eyes. He dashes straight for the barrier.
Pongo, wait!
I stretch out my arm and race after him. Pongo, no? Why is this bad? Instead of running into a wall, the Pongo passes straight through and out of sight. Okay, so this is a magic barrier, right? This music is whack, by the way. I love it. So let's stay calm here. Why cruel world? I don't really think he's gone. Right? Let's stay calm. Leanna gasps and rushes to the wall.
Pongo? Oh no! What if something happens to him?
I step over and put a hand on her shoulder to calm her down. He's a scrappy and resourceful Pongo. I'm sure he'll be okay.
I suppose so.
Leanna bites her lip and stares anxiously at the barrier.
Pongo.
Oh, he's back. A blue head pops out of the barrier. What? He hops the rest of the way out.
Boy.
Leanna scoops him up in a hug.
Pongo, you're back safe.
Like 2 seconds later.
Boy.
After a second, the Pongo wiggles out of her arms and rushes back over to me. Leanna pouts but then refocuses on the barrier. Amelia places both of her hands on the back on the barrier while Leanna holds out her manipulator.
Whatever is beyond this wall hosts a plethora of energy.
Leanna nods.
My manipulator confirms that. No wonder the Pongo ran in there.
Zack continues to hang back and observe, but Kara steps closer to the barrier.
But how did he even pass through?
Leanna shrugs. Amelia continues studying the wall while moving her hands up and down.
I do not recognize this magic.
She frowns, deeply disturbed.
Is there anything you can do to break it?
Let's see.
Leanna and Amelia both put their hands on the barrier, their manipulators glowing. I don't see hers. Because she has hers on the, on her arm. Where is hers? Am I missing it? Is it in this weird thing she's got here? Almost fanny pack? Kind of like, you know, people have their hats, but then maybe this is a gangster fanny pack. Obviously, because if there's one word to describe Amelia, it's gangsta. And where's my hat? Is my hat here? Gangster. Hold on. Where's my hat? Where's my hat? Oh, let me go get my hat. Where's my fucking hat? How to be gangster. Let's do this. I am now officially gangster. Obviously, it's 2018, and this is still how to be gangster. Clearly. They each transmit pulses of magic, which disperses across the surface in a shimmering wave. Oh, let me do it. I got this shit. I think they're trying to create stress fractures to crack the wall. After a few tries, Leanna sighs in frustration then steps back.
Amelia, stand back.
She wordlessly obeys. Leanna gathers energy at her gauntlet and then strikes the barrier with an empowered strike, punching it very, very hard. Suddenly, golden lettering forms on the barrier. Absolve your world to enter mine. What does that mean? It's a riddle. I'm the grumpy old troll who lives under the bridge. I don't know how the song goes. Lives under the if you solve my riddle. No one answers. Amelia steps forward and focuses on the well of flickering flame. Whoa! Alliteration. That was good shit.
If I am interpreting this message correctly, we must part with our most precious possession, our world, and throw it in the fire.
My phone! Leanna nods thoughtfully.
Kind of like we're freeing ourselves.
What if this is just not at all the correct answer, and then I just threw my phone into the fire for no reason? Kara's face drains of color as she clutches at her pack.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We stand around awkwardly until Leanna clears her throat.
If that's what we need to do, then it seems easy enough. I'll go first.
Let me go first? What's the difference? Why is this a choice? Should I volunteer to go first? Something's gonna go poorly if I don't choose correctly here. This is so weird. Literally, I don't know what to expect. Okay, go ahead. I nod as Leanna steps up to the fire. Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. She reaches below her collar and slips a thin gold chain over her neck, then throws it into the flames. Taking a deep breath, she steps straight through the barrier. It worked! I'll go next. I step up to the fire. What do I choose? My waifu? Throw my waifu into the fire? Why? I have to choose? I mean, clearly the waifu is the most precious possession, but like, also not a possession. But what if I choose this? What Leanna's behind the barrier? What if this is actually the answer? I mean, my wallet, I don't think playing cards counts as the most precious possession. And neither is the Pango. Wallet, I guess. What if this doesn't work? Fuck my life. Okay, you know what? Let's Just try the wall. Thought of parting with it makes my head just hurt long. When I cross through, I feel the tingle of energy and hear the crackle of electricity. Oh, there's a bright light blinding my vision, and I have flashback my crossing to Terra. My foot lands on solid ground. I pass through the barrier unharmed. Correct. Wow, I did it correctly. Gradually, my eyes adjust to the dim light, and I see that I'm in a cozy room. Oh! What the heck happened? Whoa. Okay, I'm not gangster anymore. This is big boy shit. Sorry, I'm trying to understand what the fuck is happening right here. And also, you know, just kind of observe. In the middle of the room is a fox, who swishes his tail as it observes me. Beside it is a beautiful woman with flaming red hair. Her delicate hand rests atop the fox's head. As I look her over, her gaze lands on me. Who are you? The woman blinks at me, then smiles. For a second, I think I see the flames lighting the room flicker, and a warmth permeates my body. It's pleasant like an embrace. Wait, no, that's fine. Never mind, we're good. Although she holds my gaze, she doesn't speak. How did you get in here? Again, she remains silent, but this time she takes a step closer.
Who are you talking to?
Huh? I peek behind the woman and see Zack standing with an eyebrow raised and his arms crossed. The rest of my companions pause in their inspection of the room and stare at me. Kara stands beside an altar while Amelia and Leanna are both kneeled by the fox. The fox accepts their attention, rhythmically swishing its tail, but otherwise makes no move to respond. Instead, it fixes its attention on me.
Are you talking to the fox?
No. The super hot chick. Let's gonna say I don't think they can see her. I fall silent as the groups cast me worried glances.
Who exactly are you seeing?
There's a woman dressed in red, and she's kind of flamey and standing right there with her fire fox. Leanna looks towards the fox, but her eyes glaze right over the woman. She furrows her brows concerned.
Okay.
Her voice is gentle, like she doesn't want to spook me. None of you guys can see her. The group collectively shakes their heads. I don't know why you guys can't see her, but I promise you she's there. Let me just go ahead and show you. Just kind of reach over. Pango hops out from behind my legs. He first examines the fox in partial interest, the woman with partial interest, then stares in wonder at the fox. The fox cocks his head to the side and observes the pongo. The pongo perks up and cautiously bounces forward. He pauses right before the fox. The fox's nose wiggles as it sniffs at the pongo. Then it swishes its tail and the pongo squeaks before running back behind my legs. Wait, do you see her too? The woman giggles at the pongo and gently pats his head. He shivers happily at her touch. Then she straightens up and takes step closer. Her feet don't touch the ground and her skirt floats ethereally behind her. Instinctively, I back away.
What's going on?
She's getting closer, a lot closer. She pauses once she draws near and touches her palm to my forehead. A pulse of warmth flows through me before she retracts her hand. As if something inside me clicked open, I feel invigorated with restored strength. The stronger I feel, the more translucent the woman becomes. Soon, she disappears. The pongo stares at me with renewed interest. It reminds me of that same look he gave me when we first met. He licks his lips. Don't even think about it. The pongo pouts and lets out a sad sigh. Jesus! Wow, physics. Okay. Anyway, distracted. Kara waves her hands in front of my face.
Hey, are you okay? You kind of zoned out there for a second.
Yeah, big time. You just give me a second. I think I'm okay.
What happened?
Not much. Just something went down. I'm not too sure.
Where's the woman now?
Actually, she's gone. Amelia reacts to my words by playing with her bracelets. She holds her manipulator up to me.
Curious. I may have a theory.
What is it?
All the energy which had accumulated here has now gathered within you.
I blink as it takes me a minute to register what she just said. Wait, I absorbed the energy? That can't be right.
As I mentioned, it is merely a theory.
Leanna looks intrigued.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I felt it after she touched me. In my no-no square. What? Leanna's eyes widen.
I wouldn't phrase it like that.
Yeah, me either. Not in a weird way. She just touched my forehead and suddenly I felt a rush of energy. Amelia stares hard at me. Why are you looking at me like that?
I am merely anticipating the imminent reaction.
Reaction to what?
The high concentration of energy you just absorbed. The human body was not meant to process such large quantities of energy. At least, that has certainly been the trend with someone from Terra.
Amelia's gaze bores into me as she emphasizes the word Terra. Then she looks back down at her manipulator.
Although, 2 minutes have passed, and there seems to be no sign of an adverse reaction.
That was the wrong thing. Why does she sound so disappointed? Suddenly, Kara squeals as she gingerly picks a rusty coin out of the remains of a leather satchel.
This is a genuine Vestin coin!
Amazing. Cool. Zach glances at the coin and folds his arms, clearly unimpressed.
How much could a rusted out dated coin be worth?
Yeah, and Zach, why'd you call me out for saying that she touched me when you said that you liked that she was flexible, huh? Fucking hypocrite. Christ.
About a few hundred gold pieces.
Zach's demeanor instantly changes.
You don't say.
Kara smoothly pockets the satchel as Zach covertly searches the room. As Kara finishes up her inspection of the room, Leanna looks around.
Well, since we found what we came for, we should head back.
Kara nods and leads the way out. As we leave the room, we notice the fire, which had previously glowed in front of the barrier, is now gone, but all of our items are still intact. Hey, nothing was burned in here.
Curious. Then it can be assumed that the purpose of this trial was not to destroy our possessions, but to test our willingness to sacrifice.
Okay, fair enough. Kara happily scoops out her coin purse.
I'm not complaining.
Leanna smiles in relief as she reaches in and quickly collects what looks like a ring attached to a thin chain.
Let's keep going.
The rest of us snatch up our items and continue back out of the corridor. The trek out of the temple is a lot faster and easier than the trek in, mostly because there were no more obstacles to stop us. We pop out of the same hidden wall in which we entered, just as before the main ceremonial hall is empty. We wave goodbye to the couple of monks sweeping the entryway, sad life still, then begin the walk back to the village.